So, planting the feet, wiggling around to find the sits bones. Let's start with the right ankle, crossing across the left thigh. Flex the right foot, press into the left foot into the ground. Push the right shin into the left thigh. Maybe you take your hands to that right thigh and just give it a suggestion of turnout. Breathe in as you sit up tall. Exhale as you start to hinge forward. Go as far forward as right for you. Try not to round yet. Breathing in, holding here. Exhale, maybe you hinge a little deeper, letting that thigh roll out a little deeper, but keeping that pressure of your right shin into your left thigh and keeping the right foot flexed. One more breath here, breathing in. If this feels okay for you and you want to go a little bit more, then you can start to let your head drop and your ribs round. Drawing the belly in to support the spine as you exhale and really release into this outer hip, letting it stretch. And then slowly come all the way up. Now, for you, it also might be that just being here, like if your hip kind of looks like this, just being here in this position might be enough. So don't feel like you have to go forward. This is not a no pain, no gain scenario. So I want you to go with, you're challenging, you're stretching your hips, but you're not pushing yourself to a point that's detrimental to your ligaments or to your tissues or to your joints. Let's do the other side. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, push the right foot into the ground, push the left shin into the right thigh, sitting up tall, and as you exhale, hinging forward. Taking that hand to that left thigh and just suggesting that it turn out. Breathing in again. As you exhale, hinging forward. Allowing the sits bones to widen the farther forward you go. Breathing in again. And as you exhale, maybe you round, maybe you don't, maybe you're just staying upright, whatever's right for you. And then inhale and come all the way back up. Uncross those legs. Rock a little around, find those sits bones. Little abdominal engagement so your ribs are over your pelvis. Scoot to your right. Take your right foot back and just kind of crawl it back. And my heel is lifted and I'm hinging on those back toes. Also really good practice. Notice if you're rolling out on the ankle or too far in. I want you right in the center of that back ankle. Press into this front leg. Draw the belly in. So I don't want you to really feel like you're arching your back or tucking. I want you to round. A little lift through the front of the hips here as you reach this leg back. We're just going to hold here and breathe. So finding that knee over the hip. Reaching the knee and the heel on this right leg back. Breathing in. As you exhale, just drawing the belly in. Lifting through the front of the hips as you reach that knee back. Maybe you're able to go back a little bit more. Last breath here, breathing in. Exhale, breathing out. Then we're going to see, can we keep that knee there and lift that leg up? So I'm just going to grab this. And this might be too much for you. You might not be able to do this. So you're just going to pull the foot towards your hip. If it's too much on your knee, open the knee out to the side a little bit. I'm using my left hand to kind of hang on to the seat a little bit. Still drawing my belly in and up as I direct my knee down and back a little bit. 2 more breaths, breathing in. Exhaling, drawing the belly in. I'm right on top of my sits bones. Ribs are over the pelvis, skull is over the rib cage. 1 more there, breathing in. And as you exhale, you pull the foot in a little bit more, then release that foot down. Then we're going to add a little side bend, taking the right arm, the same arm with the leg that's back, up and over. So you're stretching these right ribs up and away from the right hip and right knee. I'm still reaching the right heel and knee back, drawing my belly in and up, so I'm not pushing my ribs forward here. Really scooping the belly back, bringing the ribs over the pelvis, but on top of my sits bones, so I didn't tuck. 1 more breath there, breathing in. And breathing out. And then come all the way up there. Take the left leg back. Make sure you're aware of what's going on with that ankle. See, how far back can I go and keep my pelvis stable and my ribs over my pelvis. Just start here. Right, so you're just breathing in and breathing out. Planting the right foot, reaching through that left heel, reaching through the left knee, breathing in and breathing out. Drawing the belly in and up. Breathing in and breathing out. Take the right hand to the opposite edge of your chair. Reach behind you, see if you could pick up that left foot and pull that left foot basically towards your hip, towards your butt. Draw the belly in and up, bring the ribs over the pelvis and the skull over the ribs. And breathing in. And exhale, breathing out. If it pulls too much at your kneecap, open the knee out to the side a little bit. One more there, breathing in. On this last one, as you exhale, see if you can pull that leg in a little bit more. I'm pushing my hand into my foot into my hand, and I'm pulling with my hand at the same time. So there's a little play with the pressure there, so I'm pretty active in this stretch. Lower the left foot back down. Check in with that ankle, reach that knee back. Reach the left arm up, and side bend away from that left knee. Breathing in, opening up the left ribs. As you exhale, reach that left knee back, draw the belly in. Breathe in and breathe out. One more there, breathe in. And breathe out all the way and come all the way center. Nice. Shake out the hips, shake out the legs. Let's reach the right arm up, breathing in. As you exhale, let your left side melt and let your right side fan open. Take a deep breath there. Maybe you want to sort of brush through the ribs or squeeze them or tap them. Breathing again. Inhale, come right back to the center. We're going to do the other side. Softening the right side as you open the left side up, fanning those ribs out. Notice the tendency to want to fall into one hip. Really ground both sits bones down as you do this. And really think, okay, I've got 12 ribs. I'm going, these ribs move, these ribs move, these ribs move. Like incrementally getting those ribs to move as you breathe. And then come back to center. We're going to do that again. Reaching the right arm up, let the left side soften. Notice if you start to push your head and your ribs forward, keep them back over your pelvis and evenly weighted right on top of the sits bones as you open it up. Let your left ear soften and your right ear aim towards the ceiling a little bit. Breathing there. Come right back in. Go to the other side. Breathing into that left side, allowing the right side to soften. Think right ear listening to the ground, left ear listening to the ceiling. And come all the way back to center. One more time each side. Breathing there, because the first one wakes it up, the second one's a good one, and the third one is where you really get to create the space. Inhale here, exhale a little bit more, reach through the arm, especially through that pinky finger. Like if you could just pull that pinky finger, you'll get a little extra stretch across the back a little bit. And then come all the way up, last one. Going up and over to left, softening the right, check in with that sits bone connection, rib cage alignment, head alignment, opening up all of those ribs. Maybe you get that little pinky finger pull or tap the ribs or squeeze them. Maybe you scratch them a little bit just to wake up the sideline of your body, creating space between your ribs and between your ribs and your pelvis. And come all the way up. Do a little shoulder roll. Take a big breath in and let it go. So come to a seated position, to the front of your chair, feet back, heels down, knees tracking over the second and third toe, head and tail long, waist drawing in, so light abdominal connection, hinging in your hip, so a little crease in here, sits bones and tailbones widen as you crease forward, reach the heels down, press into your feet, and we're going to come all the way up just to standing, just to explore that. Inhale as you go right back down. Notice if you went, if it was really heavy and you just kind of flopped down. We're going to do that 2 more times all the way up and down, and then we're going to play a little bit more. So you're going to hinge forward, just let the arms be loose, pressing into the feet, come all the way up. And going back down, controlling the seat. The lower your seat is, the harder this is. The higher, the easier. One more like that, hinging forward, hinging in the hip, not rounding in the back or arching in the back. Really keep the back neutral, head and tail long, push into the feet, come all the way up. Then going right back down. Here's where it gets fun. We're gonna hover in that mid-range. Press into the feet, hover there. Just breathe here and hold. Slowly lower yourself back down. Sits bones will widen as you do that. We're going to do that again. Hinging forward, draw the belly and just hover. My tail and sits bones are wide behind me, but my lower back is really supported. I'm thinking about that spaciousness at my back, especially my ribs, my skull really long, my tail reaching back, and slowly lowering back down. Keeping all that torso alignment as you do that again, hinging in your hips, push into the feet, knees are easing forward out over that second and third toe. Breathe there, keep the low belly lifting away from the thighs without coming up out of this hover. So you think you're hovering over your seat, kind of like a dirty toilet. You don't want to touch the seat, you want to hover above the seat. You're going to do that one more time, hinging forward. Push into the feet, easy knees, easy spine. Get those legs active. And now you're going to do a little pulsing. Just widening down, coming up. Feel that the propulsion up is really coming from the feet pushing down. So as you push through your feet, you feel your legs activate. If you want a little bit more glute work, you could lift the toes and dig the heels in. But don't tuck the tail. 2 more. Go all the way back down, breathing in. Hopefully you felt your legs wake up there, and I want you to use your feet and your legs to propel you all the way up to standing. Push into your feet, work through those legs to come all the way up. Then inhale, go right back down. Try that again. Hinging forward, pushing through the feet, coming up. Widening, hinging in your hips as you go down. So you're really differentiating your thigh bone, your hip, from your torso. Come all the way up and all the way down. And you're done.